Hello everyone, this is our project. So right now we have the initial data exploration. So on the left we have the romance movies, on the right we have the action movies. So what we did was we began by sorting out our data by grouping the top 20 most used words in both action and romance movies. The graph on the left, as I said, shows the percentage of the most commonly used words in romance movies. On the right we have the same thing, but it's for action movies. You can see there's lots of variation and both graphs really differ from each other.
Okay, so for our classifier, we began by making the list of the top 20 most frequently used words in both the romance and the action movies. And then from there, we created two different things. We made a list where it shows the words that are in action movies but not romance movies, as you can see here. And then we did the same thing but for romance but not action movies. And then once we had that list, we were able to make our classifier. And so basically the classifier works so that it adds up the percentages for the action words and then compares it to the percentages of the romance words, and then whichever one is the greater percent is the decision if it's an action movie or a romance movie. And so at first we tried doing like multiple if loops, but there was an error, so we just did one like if else loop and we added everything up. And then on the next slide here, we can see that it works pretty well, but it's not perfect. And as we add more words, it's becoming more accurate. So we're still working on adding more words and seeing how we can make it better.
Next, we have just our general summary of our plan. So the first thing that we have to do which is just like adding a data visualization, because you're supposed to have 3 and we only have 2 right now. We are saving that for a little bit later because we want to continue to compare our data and test our data and work on the accuracy of our data. So then we can really have a good last data visualization. Next, we had some problems with making the multiple loops in classifier, as Jaden just said. So we are just seeing if making one loop works well or another one. However, we're both wondering if it's okay or we should do it differently. So if anyone has any feedback, that would be great. Next, we need to add the assessment of our classifier, which we're working on at the moment, and then we need to do the comparison of the k nearest neighbor KNN classifier, which we're also doing at the moment, just kind of fine-tuning that. So next, then, we just need to lastly talk about the human context of our findings and sort of see societally how our findings can sort of affect everyone and see how they work in the real world, because that's kind of the point of our class right now. So yeah, that is our project so far. We are aiming to finish it soon. Thanks everyone.